Alrighty, 1 second. GZTV, what is going on, guys? I just got done actually recording my Stranger Things season ranking. That should be out by early tomorrow. We will see what happens with that, and then I'm gonna be watching Roofman. But anyways, let's transition over to the NBA and talk some ball. Again, I know my monitor it's kind of slanted. It looks a little better now, but it's okay. We're gonna get into these games. I'm gonna try not to like rush, but I gotta get through some things. I'm not going to talk about that game just yet. We have like 5 games to talk about tonight. We will start with Hawks and Hornets. Hornets take them down, man. They beat a pretty good away team in the Hawks, and the Hawks obviously struggle more at home, but they lose the game here. Brandon Miller had a 31-point game. The Hornets hold on. They won by 3. Obviously, fantastic scoring for both Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball especially on the perimeter, and Brandon Miller hustling on the glass as well. 2 of the Hornets starters got suspended, I believe. So, obviously, that's kind of a big deal. No Miles Bridges, no Musa. So, we'll watch the highlights here. Mo Goye is great. He hit some threes for the Hawks. He's making it tough. It's a really good young squad. But, dude, Brandon Miller has one insane poster every season of his career so far, and I fucking love it, dude. Zion James hit some huge shots. Obviously, LaMelo Ball hit some threes. I mean, damn. I think Kobe White is on that team now. I saw him over there on the bench. I think that's the team he got traded to. I kind of got confused at first which one it was, but there you go. I could potentially have this Stranger Things video done by the end of the night. I'm not really sure. It's like 4 minutes of stuff and like me talking about it, and I'm going to have to put pictures over it and like the rankings and all that stuff. So it shouldn't be that bad. I'll figure it out. But we got some NBA games to talk about. I will 100% be starting to watch Roofman tomorrow with Channing Tatum. That is the first of the 2025 films I'm going to cover. When April rolls around, obviously I will probably be covering a couple TV series as well. In between everything, I don't know, I might find some time to watch Euphoria. Have a little rewatch at that. Look at Brandon Miller. I might try to rewatch the first 2 seasons. I don't know if it's really that special, though. I might have to watch, a recap or something like that. I don't really remember how the show plays out. I think it's just, a high school type of thing, like an American Pie, but not funny. Yeah, Brandon Miller is great. I mean, just such an energizer for the crowd. Energizer Bunny. Look at this guy just getting up, throwing it down on Onyeka Okongwu. That's great. Dyson Daniels. Good take. They had PJ Hall on there, though. Charlotte had him in there. He was going kind of crazy. Good pass. Look at the ball movement. Look at Brandon Miller just fucking hooping this game. They were up for a little bit. They were about to put the game away, and then the Hawks kind of just came back and made it tough. But guys, who's coaching the Hawks right now? You have a timeout. What the hell am I watching right now? You have a timeout. I hate these coaches and these gutsy calls that cost their teams the game. You have a timeout. Is there a coach not Quinn Snyder still? Who is it, dude? Yeah, the guy's he's experienced. He was coaching when the fucking... Oh, man. Fuck. He was coaching when the Jazz were good. Sorry. I couldn't think of the team he coached for before. Sorry for my language. But looking at this game, the Hawks obviously lose this game. You get 18 out of Onyeka Okongwu. Really good game for him. He shot 60%. Was very much a factor at the rim. 19 and 13 for Jalen Johnson. Obviously, the scoring wasn't super efficient, but he was still able to dish the rock around in place of that. 10 points for NAW, not going to lie. He had a shitty efficiency night on offense, but at least he was playing well on the other side of the floor as well. 21 points for Dyson Daniels. Couldn't really think of shooting threes, but 75% shooting overall. You get 17 off the bench. CJ McCollum certainly struggled shooting the ball, but he was also a really good rebounder and passer for this team in between it all. Zachary Risache, man, I like him as a three-point shooter, but other than that, as a starter, I get him out, dude. He's not providing anything. You have Mo Goye coming off the bench being way more efficient on all 3 levels of the floor. You have Jock Lawndale being more efficient, maybe not a better three-point shooter, but overall a better scorer. And sure, they gave CJ McCollum minutes, but guys like Jock Landale, guys like Mo Goye, they need more minutes in this rotation. You look at the Hornets, you get 31 points for Brandon Miller, a lot of turnovers, but they fed him the rock this game, and he made it count. You know, he was grabbing rebounds too, playing defense. You'll love to see it. 24 out of LaMelo Ball, really good facilitator for this team as always. 18 points for Con Knuppel, really good hustle guy, you know, grabbing rebounds, getting on loose balls, playing defense. You'll love it. 11 and 10 for PJ Hall. He was great as well. So let's kind of move on here. Let's get into Milwaukee taking down Orlando. I was pretty impressed with this. The Bucks are trying to kind of get over a hump and trying to recover with a acquisition like Cam Thomas. But they have him and they have KPJ. I mean, a lot of somewhat young guards, kind of like medium young, like late 20s guys. They get an 8-point win. I mean, this is only the second game with Milwaukee, and Cam Thomas puts on a show, and obviously KPJ has a goddamn triple-double. That is fantastic. Now, throughout the season, we've seen kind of KPJ's potential with this Bucks team. Him and Cam Thomas play really good together. I mean, Giannis kind of taking it all in courtside, you know, the gum from the announcer, having some fun with it. He's staying in Milwaukee. I mean, that's the face of a guy that wants to stay here in this city. I mean, Cam Thomas, just down the stretch, though, he hit some big-time shots. Now, obviously, Jalen Suggs is a defender. This is a very tough, gritty team to go against. Jalen Suggs really good on both sides of the floor. They had to go against him this game. But, dude, they come together, and when it counts, they get a victory. I think there's only 3 games on tomorrow, by the way, so there's not much to talk about. I will be covering new music anyway, as I believe Fang is dropping an album. Buddha Bless the Beat, I'll probably listen to that new album out of him. And then Lil Dicky is dropping a freestyle. I might honestly listen to that early in the day. I know it's a Lil Dicky, but, like, I have somewhat of a fandom for him, so I kind of got to hype him up a little bit. He's planning probably to drop an album this year, so that's exciting. There's Jericho Sims, baby. Look at Jericho Sims. Movag. And there's been a big problem with tanking in the NBA, and I didn't really notice it. Shout out to Low. I've really started to watch his videos more recently. He's been great. He's been popping up on my YouTube timeline. There's been quite a tanking problem with teams like the Pacers, the Wizards, and the Jazz. It kind of sucks, but there's still some very elite teams in the NBA that I enjoy watching. I don't really mind it as much. There's Cam Thomas. Great offensive guy. I think he's finally going to be put in a situation where they're going to want to win because obviously his Nets at the moment are a lottery team at best. But here, they actually still have a chance. They have a fighting chance, you know. Within the next 10 to 15 games, it's really going to determine how the season's going to go here for Milwaukee. It's kind of a push-off. I'm not sure if I like that no call by the refs. That was kind of a push-off. But look at KPJ, look at Cam Thomas. I can see a winning streak coming for this Milwaukee Bucks team. They look great. They look phenomenal, dude. That was awesome. And you get Giannis back, and you have him, KP. They got some pieces, bruh. Like, sure, they're not the most well-coached team in the world, but, man. You look at this Bucks team, you get 15 out of Kyle Kuzma, really good rebounding, 17 and 11 for Jericho Sims, didn't miss a single shot. He was phenomenal. 18, 10, and 11 for KPJ. Is a solid three-point shooter, really good defensive guy too. I love it. 17 out of Usman Jang, who they just picked up from the Thunder. Look at that. The guy shot 60%. Pure offense from guys like him. And Cam Thomas, 34 points off of 60-67 splits. I don't think I've ever seen a more efficient scoring night for Cam Thomas. In terms of box score, what is it called? Box score grade or something like that. The advanced analytic. It's probably one of the best games of his career. You look at the Magic, they did take the L. You get 17 for Paolo Banchero. Certainly not the greatest interior guy, but he was hitting some threes this game. 31 for Desmond Bane. Really good passing, really good defense. I can't really complain about him too much. He played well. 16 and 10 for Jalen Suggs. Definitely struggled inside, but was a solid enough three-point shooter. And, man, that defense is fucking key. He plays defense. He makes it tough for anyone on all 3 levels of the floor. You know, he dives on the loose ball. He rips the ball in the perimeter. He can block at the rim. He's up there with guys like Derek White as one of the best defensive guards in the league. And speaking of Derek White and my Celtics, we handled business against Chicago, okay? I don't need to talk about that. You get 12 points for Mo Wagner. Couldn't really get any threes to fall, but he shot 80% and is a quality rebounder for this team off the bench. Wendell Carter, man, I like him as a defensive guy, love him as a rebounder, but his offense has got to get better if they want to win games like this. You know, and at this point, just give Mo Wagner some more minutes than him. Like, what the hell are we doing? Wendell Carter's certainly had his struggles this season with the Magic, and sure, they're still having a good season, but oof, I don't really know. Let's get into Indiana versus Brooklyn, the absolute toilet bowl. We always end up talking about a goddamn toilet bowl. Two lottery teams going at it, an absolute mid-off, probably below a mid-off. Pacers beat the Nets by 5. Cam Jones hits a key three with 16 seconds left. I mean, if you like watching young guys that just came out of college, and you are a college fan, honestly, you'd probably like games like this. Jarris Walker, though, really good scoring, and Cam Jones just big-time 3 points. The Pacers have been shorthanded all year, but they're able to fight through and get just their 15th win of the season. We'll go into the highlights in a second. Zaire Williams being a tough lob there to go against, but yeah, Cam Jones hitting the game winner. I can't remember what school he went to, but Zaire Williams. Yeah, Zaire Williams has been great. Nolan Traore made it tough. You know, he's a three-point shooter. Nets had some guys that made this game tough, certainly, but the Pacers pull through and they get a victory. Again, it is two lottery teams, so there's really no point in me talking about this. I mean, it's not completely over for either of these teams statistically on the season, but we're definitely getting into that point as All-Star break is upon us. And by the way, at the end of All-Star break, I'll probably make one fat-ass stream after All-Star Sunday with the games, kind of just going over everything, maybe having some fun, watching some highlights and whatnot, so that won't be too bad. We'll kind of do something. I'm not going to make a full-on YouTube video. All-Star break's not really worth talking about anymore. I will be here to watch the All-Star break, though, so I think it'll be really fun. I don't know if I'm actually going to watch it, though. I might just work on videos in between. We'll see how the games go, like the Rising Stars and stuff like that. Maybe I'll invest in it. Who fucking knows? But a lot of the All-Stars this year are injured anyway. Jason Tatum has been injured from the jump. You don't have Giannis. You don't have Shea. You don't have AD. I'm trying to think. There's other players that are hurt, I believe. I can't think of them, though. Igor Demon just misses the shot. That's tough, dude. They're right there. I had to foul him. Igor Demon. I feel like there's a guy that hoops at the gym that kind of looks like Igor Demon. I'm thinking in my head right now. He reminds me of somebody, bro. I can't think of who it is. Maybe if he comes hoop sometime, I'll know. But let's get into this. Pacers get the victory. You get a 23-point game for Jarris Walker. 50% shooting. Solid 3-point shooting as well. Really good rebounding. You get 11 for Jay Huff. Fantastic defensive player on all three levels of the floor. Really showed that tonight. You know, he plays on the perimeter better than a lot of bigs in the league, and not to mention his rim protection is great. 11 points for Cam Jones, really good passer as well as hitting. The 1-3 made all game, which was the biggest one. 19 and 12 off the bench for Micah Potter. He's been great. 75-50 splits, really quality defensive guy. 15 for Ethan Thompson. Like seeing him getting minutes. He shot 50% from three. Hell of a rebounder. He just hustles all around the floor. Gets on loose balls. Steals the ball. Doesn't give up on a play. 14 for Talon Peter. Who the fuck is that? But he shot 40% from three and is a very quality defensive guy in this game. Nets lose the game. You get 19 out of Zaire Williams. I can't be mad at how he played. He was a really good rebounder. He's a really good defender. Day'Ron Sharpe had 19 and 12. He played good as well. He did a little bit of everything. He was passing the ball. He played defense on all three levels of the floor. Great. I mean, perimeter, inside, loose balls, all of it. You name it. 13 points for Igor Demon. Certainly struggled inside, but it's really the three-point shots that have been falling for him this season. And he's been a really good passer and rebounder. 20 points for Nolan Traore. He shot 67% from three and certainly turned the ball over a lot, but that's a guy, you know, who's been having a pretty impressive season, and they've been putting the ball in his hands a lot, and he's been passing as well, so he's definitely a ball handler. 14 for Danny Wolf. Shooting didn't do him any favors, but he was a quality rebounder for this team. You get 12 points for Ben Seraph. That name sounds familiar. Didn't get the three ball to fall, but he shot 67%. Ben Seraph. Where did he go to school? Ben Seraph. It doesn't say. Is he undrafted? Or like no college? Where'd he go? I don't fucking know. He might have just, like, tried out for a fucking team. He's only 19. Okay. Well, I will say Terrence Mann has played like shit this season. Definitely hasn't been the pick of these guys wanted. Dude, like, why do you give him more minutes than Danny Wolf and Ben Seraph right now? Ben Seraph had a good game. Why do you even give him more minutes than Drake Powell? Drake Powell's been playing good, and he's a quality three-point shooter. Terrence Mann sucks. He's probably not going to be in the league much longer. I'm going to be real with you. What else? Clippers get their get back on Houston, so we'll talk about that here in a moment. Let's do that. Yeah, Clippers get their get back on Houston. Let's go. Kawhi Leonard had a three-point play in the final seconds. Yeah, these are very much needed wins. I still think the Rockets are going to contend with the title despite a few sketchy losses this season, but three-point win here. Obviously, crazy play with 2 seconds remaining for Kawhi, and he was fantastic on the offensive end tonight for this team. They get the victory, bro. I mean, what is there to say? Really fun game here. Yeah, shout out to Kawhi. Kawhi, time and time again, taking full control of this offense and having a good performance. Obviously, John Collins as well is a really good at-the-rim player. Reed Shepherd can make it tough for you always off the bench. He's one of the better bench players in the league, but the Clippers get through it. They get the win. They are this close, this fucking close to getting there, man. They have, again, probably about the next 10 to 15 games to really determine where they're going to be at by the end of the season. I mean, it's coming down to it, So this is a really big win. I don't know where it puts them in the West. I haven't really looked at the standings. There's not really any team that you could say, oh, they're done. But yeah, usually the first teams to lose 40 or so games are done. I don't know. Kawhi, hey. It's kind of funny. I said the Pacers tanked. They couldn't tank tonight. They played the fucking Nets. Who was the other team? Look at KD. That's insane. They had a little bit of a lead there. But yeah, down the stretch, the Clippers tried to take control. KD did tie it up. Okay, this was a ball game, boys. Obviously, that's why we're talking about it. We only really talk about the close games around here. Yeah, this came down to some free throws. And oh my god, yeah, Şengün blew it. Wow, he should have made that shot. God damn, okay, Şengün. That's all right. I still think the the Rockets are in more than a good spot for the year. Yeah. Get the three-point play. They have 2 seconds to get a three-point shot off. That definitely makes it more tough for them than if they were to throw in a cut. It's an unfortunate loss for the Rockets. Love the respect there. Fun game. Kawhi and KD, two guys, not necessarily come up with each other in the league, but pretty damn close to that. I think Kawhi got drafted in 2012 or something. When did he get drafted? Let me look. He got drafted 2011. He's been in the league for fucking 15 years now. That's insane. 27 and 12 for Kawhi. Look at the man go. He is this was a great game for this Clippers team, but he was an absolute threat on the perimeter as well. Obviously, one of the best two-way players this league has ever seen. Proved it this game. You get 12 points for John Collins, hell of a rebounder. 12 points out of Derrick Jones. He shot 50%. He was a great defensive player at the rim. A lot of defense for this team. 15 for Brook Lopez. He shot 60%. He played really good defense on all three levels of the floor. Stealing the ball, loose balls, at the rim stuff. 16 as well for Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn definitely picking up the offensive productivity. He listened to me from last game and shot 16-67 splits, and not just that, he was moving the ball at a high level as well. 16 off the bench. Benedict Mathurin is already making his name known in this rotation as a really good quality two-way player for the Clippers, so that's really exciting. Solid three-point shooter. I love it. The Rockets played good this game, I would say. Not the greatest shooting splits, of course, but very comparable games. 21 points for KD. Not the greatest interior guy, but he was hitting some threes. He had a lot of turnovers, but let's be real. KD is the ball handler for this team. And he was rebounding, he was passing, he was trying to do everything in between. You get 16 and 12 for Jabari Smith. That couldn't really hit a three-point shot, but he shot 50% overall. You get 13 for Terry Eason. I don't love the shooting splits, but it's whatever. 16 points for Alperen Şengün. I don't love the shooting splits either, but when you have a guy that can rebound, you have a guy that can pass, you have a guy that can play at the rim defense, what more can you really hate on that guy for? 12 points for Ramen Thompson. Couldn't really get a three ball to fall, but he was fine inside, and he's another good rebounder and passer for this team. You get 17 off the bench for Reed Shepard. Not the greatest interior guy, but he shot 50% from three. I guess you could say Josh Okogie played some empty minutes. Maybe they could have used a little more out of him, but that's nitpicky. I think the Rockets played fine. I think the Clippers just outplayed them. Simple as that. There should be one more game to the night. What are we looking at here? Oh, okay, yes. Memphis versus Denver, and that is going to do it. Denver barely gets this game off, but they look great this year. So it's great. I mean, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray being named to the All-Star team officially this game. So Nikola Jokic is probably one of the bigger names in the All-Star, up there with Luka. Very scrappy Grizzlies team. They won by 6. I mean, yeah, they warmed up for their appearances. They teamed up. Obviously in the All-Star festivities. Again, it could be fun. I don't know. Maybe I'm hating on it too much. All the events are kind of happening on Friday. There's like the EYBL Summit, and then they're doing the Celebrity Game, and then Saturday they have like the HBCU Classic, and then they do a bunch of shit, right? So, yeah, we'll watch the highlights here in a second. It's the last game I'm going to cover. Cam Johnson, great at the rim player. Obviously, Gigi Jackson's kind of a young guy that's been playing great, but this team has Christian Braun back, and that guy is, for a white man, he gets to the fucking rim and he throws the shit down. I love it. He's one of my favorite role players to watch in the league because of that. And obviously, Nikola Jokic being named an All-Star means he plays All-Star level basketball, and you're just going to have to deal with that. Memphis, I mean, I'm sure Memphis doesn't really care. They blew up the franchise. They're still looking to very much tank at this point, even though that term kind of has negative connotations nowadays in the NBA because I don't know. I mean, I don't hate teams that tank, but whatever. Whoa, what? What is that? Holy fuck. Wait. Did I watch that video? Okay, fine. My shorts are kind of falling off, but it's alright. I think I'm dropping too much content. When you drop too much content, it becomes a problem. Like, you have to space your shit out on YouTube. Is that Konkar? They still kept Konkar, right? I don't know who the fuck that is that just shot the shot. I know they have Gigi Jackson. They have Scottie Pippen Jr. They have Ty Jerome right there. Crazy shot. Ty Jerome's a dog, man. This was a close game, bro. They kept it close. It was tied with under 4 minutes left. Against the Nuggets? What is happening here? That's just insane ball movement. Like, that's not even something the best of teams could stop. When that ball is moving that fast, how are you even supposed to react? That's crazy. Jokic. He's just too big. The guy is too fucking big, bro. Scottie Pippen. Yoink. Alright, don't try to foul bait. You lost the goddamn game. Okay. Alright, we'll talk about the games tomorrow too, kind of preview. Not a crazy slate, but whatever. The NBA is very up and down with how many games they want. The Grizzlies do lose this game. I do like how Gigi Jackson played, though. 21 points with 50-60 splits. Really good rebounding. I also like how Jalen Wells played. He's been picking it up this season. Or picking it up as of late. He obviously had a shitty start to the year, but he put up 17 points, shot 67% from three. 19 points for Ty Jerome. I don't like him as an interior scorer, but he's great from the three-point line, and he can pass the ball around. Not bad. 14 off the bench for Olivier Maxence Prosper. I think that's the guy that I saw shoot that three. He played great. 67% from three. Really good rebounding. Taylor Hendricks played good. 10 points with 50% shooting. I don't have a complaints about a lot of these guys. I mean, obviously, Kyle Anderson as the veteran definitely could have stepped up a little more, but then again, maybe they should have used him offensively more because he was efficient. He just didn't do enough. I mean, obviously, like Olivier Maxence Prosper played a lot of minutes. Taylor Hendricks played a lot of minutes. Maybe you'd like to see Scottie Pippen Jr. get a little bit more minutes, but I don't know. I guess this was a pretty well-coached game. I can't really hate on it too much. The Nuggets, you get 26, 15, and 11 for Jokic. I mean, he turns the ball over a lot, but let's be real. He has the ball in his hands a lot of the time. 23 for Jamal Murray, really good passing, really good rebounding. 14 for Christian Braun off a 75% shooting, really good passing, really good rebounding. All of these guys are so consistent. I mean, 11 points for Julian Strawther. Great bench play this season for Tim Hardaway. He's just a pure offensive stretch player. I mean, 21 points off of 80% three-point shooting. That's great. Really good minutes for Bruce Brown as well. 10 points off of 67% shooting. That's awesome. Moving on to tomorrow, again, there's like 3 games, so that'll be a short video. But Thunder are going to absolutely thrash Milwaukee. I know they have somewhat of momentum, but tomorrow's like the prime doubleheader thing. Yeah, whatever. Pretty mid game between Portland and Utah. Utah, I wouldn't say is a lottery team anymore. I know they kind of tried to like tank their way into that, but I don't know if they're in that category anymore. But I still have Portland taking them down. Dallas versus LA. I have LA absolutely thrashing Dallas. Like Dallas is very much in the tanking territory. I don't really. It's not absolutely over for them this season. Obviously, the next 5 to 10 games could really determine some stuff for this team if they're going to go on a run or not. But Cooper Flag struggles. Or he plays good, but like it's not equating to winning, unfortunately. So that's gonna do it. Yeah, I'm going to go back to working on my Stranger Things video for the rest of the night. For the next hour or so, I'm going to be putting together clips, that was a voice crack, putting together a bunch of stuff. I don't think TikTok has a video limit, by the way, so it's probably going to be like a 4-minute video. I didn't want to make it too long, though. I wanted to make it still very watchable for you guys so you don't have to sit through a whole video. I know I probably should have made a full-on edited video, but I decided on not doing it. Because I want to move on. I want to move away from the show for now. Maybe come back in years down the line and have a nostalgia trip. I don't really know. I'm going to be doing YouTube for a very long time. I can envision.